Hello there, welcome to the news on Nepal television. I am Regina Rai, starting with the headlines first. Mars Center Standing Committee meeting kicks off a meet to give final say to political and organizational report to the President at the Central Committee meet. Former U.S. President Trump faces criminal charges over attempts to overturn 2020 elections, accused of 4 counts including conspiracy to defraud the U.S. Chinese capital Beijing receives the heaviest rainfall since records began 140 years ago. 11 killed, 13 still missing. And England thrashes China 6-1 to advance to last 16 Women's World Cup. France, Brazil and Italy looking to seal their places as a Group F and Group G wrap up today. Welcome back. Now we have the news in detail. The Standing Committee meeting of the CPN Maoist Center has kicked off. The meeting is underway at the party central office, Peristara, Kotesar. According to the Maoist Center, the meeting will discuss the agendas in connection with the party's Central Committee meeting taking place in the capital from today. The meeting would give final say to the political and organizational documents to be presented at the Central Committee meeting. A meeting of the office bearers took place at the party central office prior to the Standing Committee meeting to prepare the meeting's agenda. In the Central Committee meeting being held in Kamaladi-based Nepal Academy, CPN Maoist Center Chair Puspa Kamal Dal is set to present the political and organizational proposals. All Central Committee members would put their opinion on the proposals. As many as 758 persons, including 385 full Central members, 198 alternative Central members, 75 members of 3 commissions and 100 province office bearers and members would attend the Central Committee meeting. Nepali Congress has deputed representatives for the expansion and consolidation of its organizational base across the country. Nepali Congress has designated its joint general secretaries and central members to expedite the campaign in all 77 districts from August 5 to 15. The party has also given terms of reference to the central members' representatives as a to-do list in the campaign. As per the decision of the Nepali Congress Central Working Committee concluded in July 26, the central members would engage in internal tasks of the campaign in the first phase. The newly appointed Chief Minister of Kosi Province, Uddhav Thapa, is taking the oath of office and secrecy today. Thapa, who is the Nepali Congress Province Parliamentary Party leader, was appointed as the Kosi Province Chief Minister by the Province Chief Parsuram Khapung on Tuesday. This appointment was made in accordance with Article 162, Clause 2 of the Constitution. Province Chief Khapung will administer the oath of office to Thapa in the afternoon. This marks Thapa's reappointment as the Chief Minister of Kosi Province for the second time. He was previously dismissed from the position within 22 days due to concerns over the government's formation using the Speaker's signature. In securing the post of Chief Minister, Thapa garnered the support of various parties, including Nepali Congress, CPN Maoist Center, CPN Unified Socialist Party and Janata Samajwadi Party under the provision of Clause 2 of Article 168 of Constitution. A total of 29 lawmakers from Nepali Congress, 13 from the Maoist Center, 4 from Unified Socialist Party and 1 from JSP extended their support to Thapa's candidacy. We still have more updates on the side. Stay with us. Time for a short break. Welcome back. You're on Nepal Television News. Now the remaining updates. All educational institutions operational in Dharan sub-metropolis of Sunsari have been closed for effective campaign against the dengue outbreak. The Executive Committee meeting held on Tuesday took the decision to engage collective efforts for prevention and control of the contagion. Dharan Sub-Metropolis Mayor Harkaraj Sampang informed that the decision was made to run dengue control campaign by pushing and teaching and learning activities in the schools. Chief Administrative Officer of Dharan Sub-Metropolis, Matrika Bhattarai, said schools were shut down to effectively run a campaign of search and destroy larva mosquito against dengue. Dengue virus has taken lives of 8 people, including a girl child in Dharan since June 1st week onward. Lately, it has been difficult for dengue-infected patients to get beds in the health facilities, including private clinics and BP Koirala Institute for Health Sciences, with the rise in the cases. Now we have updates from international frontline. Former US President Donald Trump has been charged with the plotting to overturn his 2020 election defeat. He is accused of 4 counts, including conspiracy to defraud the US, tampering with the witness, and conspiracy against the rights of citizens. The indictment caps an inquiry into events surrounding the 6 January 2021 riot at the US Capitol. 77-year-old Trump, who is again running for president, denies wrongdoing. On social media, he called the case ridiculous. The Republican politician has already been charged in 2 other cases with mishandling classified files and falsifying business records to cover up a hush money payment to a porn star. Flights evacuating Europeans from Niger have arrived in France and Italy. France began evacuating its citizens from Niger amid anti-French sentiments following last 2 weeks' coup. 262 people arrived in Paris early in Wednesday. The coup has prompted demonstrations against the former colonial power, with the French embassy coming under attack. However, France says it has no plans to repatriate about 1,000 French soldiers stationed there as a part of efforts to counter Islamist militants. Germany has urged its nationals to take France's offer to help other Europeans, as Italy organized a flight which arrived in Rome with 87 evacuees. We still have more updates from international frontlines. Stay with us. Time for a short break again. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now the remaining international updates. Rains that pummeled Beijing in recent days were the heaviest since records began 140 years ago. The city's weather service said on Wednesday heavy rains began pummeling the capital and surrounding areas on Saturday, with the average rainfall for the entire month of July dumped on Beijing in just 40 hours. Storm Doksuri, a former super typhoon, swept northwards over China after hitting southern Fujian province last week. Following its battering of the Philippines on Tuesday, state broadcast CCTV said the rains had killed at least 11 people in Beijing, 2 of whom were workers killed on duty during rescue and relief operations. 13 people were still missing, but another 14 had been found safe, the broadcaster said. South Korea raised the hot weather warning to its highest, the first time in 4 years, as parts of the country roasted in temperatures over 38 degrees Celsius. The Interior and Safety Minister said on Wednesday the scorching heat is estimated to have killed 23 people across the country, more than triple the records of 7 during the same period last year. Local media reported, citing firefighting authorities, the government said it expected high temperatures to persist with oppressive humidity for the coming days, with the apparent temperature likely to hover around 35 degrees Celsius in most parts of the country. To the more updates, before that, let's have a quick look into the highlights of the site. A police dog has been praised after helping discover over €1 million in cash near the city of Florence on Tuesday. The black Labrador called Ilya thwarted a cash smuggling attempt by sniffing out cash in the 2 suitcases while on patrol at a bus station near Florence. The owner of the bags has been detained. Authorities say that the owner of the bags was a Chinese national residing in Italy, and a formal investigation has been launched. Time for sports now. Lauren James produced a sensational individual performance as England entertained to sweep aside China and booked their place in the last 16 of the Women's World Cup as group winners. It was a display worthy of their status as European champions, and James once again lit the stage alight in Adelaide with 2 sensational goals and 3 assists. China are out of competition after Denmark beats Haiti to finish in 2nd place in Group D. France, Brazil and Italy are among the teams looking to join them as Group F, and Group G wrap up on Wednesday. Sweden are already through to the knockout stages, but the rest of the Group G is wide open with anyone of Italy, South Africa or Argentina able to progress. Meanwhile, France only need a point from the final Group F match against Panama to guarantee their place in the last 16, while Brazil's hopes hang in the balance. With this, we come to the end of this news bulletin, but before we say goodbye, quick reminders of the headlines once again. Mao Center's Standing Committee meeting kicks off mid to give final safety political and organizational reports to be presented at the Central Committee meet. Former U.S. President Trump faces criminal charges over attempts to overturn 2020 elections, accused of 4 counts including conspiracy to defraud the U.S. Chinese capital Beijing receives heaviest rainfall since records began 140 years ago. 14 killed, 13 is still missing. And England thrashes China 6-1 to advance to last 16 of Women's World Cup. France, Brazil and Italy looking to seal their places as Group F and Group G matches wrap up today. Well, this is all we have for this moment. Until our next bulletin, have a good day ahead. Namaste.